So what's the grape expert talking about today? So if you followed us on our journey to Burgundy, you will note that I went through some very interesting areas, and we broke out our map today, so we wanted to show you. This is a map of Burgundy. So we were in the Coteaux Bourguignons, which is here, and then obviously we were in the Coteaux Bourguignons, which is here. But I wanted to talk about something because I think that a lot of people are confused with Burgundy because the prices on Burgundy, ouch, very, very, very expensive. But there's different categories of Burgundy that maybe you're not really familiar with. So I wanted to discuss this today and bring an interesting one to the table. So we have what's called right here. This is called Bourgogne Regional Wines. And this is a little bit of a chart that we wanted to show you. But this is a wine that on the bottom right over here, this is called Coteaux Bourguignons. And it comes in white and red, as you can see. So you can have different wines from this region. But what I call this area right here, this area, this is where you start. And why do I say that? Is because the grapes can come anywhere in the Burgundy region. They don't have any subtitles. They're not called Macon. They're not called Rouy. They're not called Volnay. They're not called, Von Romani. So what they do is you can take any grapes you want, and it has to be the prescribed grapes of Burgundy. And I'm going to point this right out here. So I want you to zoom in right on this label. So this is a wine, and you have, the rules are here, you can blend in Gamay and Pinot Noir to make this this wine. You can also blend in some Cesar. I think if you followed me near Chablis, all the way up here, they have a red grape that grows in here called Cesar. So that's the other grape. So 3 grapes that you can actually put into this category. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to put equal parts. You can put a little more Gamay, a little less Pinot Noir, because that's all based on the price. Pinot Noir obviously is more money than Gamay as far as, the tonnage, or if you want to say, when you're actually making a wine. But we wanted to point this out because guess what? This is a great value. I paid $15.99 for this wine. I want to give a little shout out to Wine Dock up there in East Northport. We have, the group that's there. We want to give a shout out to Victor Doyle, who's the manager there, and Nick and Simi, the owners. They've been putting together a really great portfolio of wines. So, I saw this wine and I said, oh, this is going to be a great episode for me because I can now explain to people that not only can you drink a great bottle of Burgundy and not spend a lot of money. Again, this is $15.99, which is not a lot of money for Burgundy. But I wanted to explain that category because you don't see too much of this category. So when I was in Beaune, I was tasting these wines. I actually found one that was really, really good. It's not in the United States yet, but I wanted to explain the category because I think that a lot of people, look at Burgundy and they're like, ouch, 40 bucks, $30, $80, $90. It just keeps going and going and going. $15.99 for Burgundy here. And this is a beautiful wine because they have the ability to blend. Now, remember that, Gamay and Pinot Noir, don't forget that. So when you smell these wines, you're getting all those beautiful nuances of Burgundy. You get all that leafy kind of quality, all that deep forest that you get from the Pinot Noir. And you get that little bit of that Gamay, which has got that also that lift. You get a lot of that, those red fruits, plums, all sorts of flavors. So when taste the wine, there's one word I want to say about this wine. This is delicious. That's the way I look at this wine. And I'm saying for $15.99, you cannot go wrong. Look at this producer. Look at this wine. Look at this region here. This is what we call, everybody's saying Burgundy prices are going crazy. And yes, they are going crazy. I have to attest, $1,000, $500 is crazy. But it's based on demand, supply and demand. And collectors are really garnering all these wines here. So the average consumer gets boxed out. They don't know where to go. So right now, we're going to talk about this area right here. This is Coteaux Bourguignons right here. See this area right here? This is very special. A lot of times they called it just Grand Ordinaire, which doesn't sound very sexy, very groovy. But this area is really the area that we want to be paying attention to right here in America because this is where Burgundy is going to start, and this is where Burgundy needs to spend the time educating people that you don't have to spend a lot of money on Burgundy to get a really delicious bottle of wine. Again, this is the Grape Explorer. I'm always trying to find value out there in the marketplace. We just found one. Cheers.